Do you find yourself looking at other married couples and imagining how great their lives must be? They look so well suited, they seem so happy and in love. But even people who would say that they have a great marriage still find they share common sources of frustration. After all, no marriage is perfect, and every marriage has ups and downs. You are not alone. The butterflies that were once in your stomach when you and your spouse were just starting to get to know one another, they may have well flown away. It's possible. Years later, you start focusing on what's going wrong in your relationship rather than the exciting nuances of your budding romance. And this is what trips couples up most. It's those fundamental annoyances that you simply cannot get past. So take a look at the following questions as a basic marriage compatibility test. Complete them alone, but if appropriate, you can ask your partner to complete them too. It's by no means exhaustive, and it's designed to give you some thoughts to ponder. Do you feel that you've met your one true soulmate? Many of the best relationships start as being friends first, but this doesn't mean if you met your partner and married within a month that you won't be married forever and be happy. Are you in love? If you're not in love anymore, can you still have a fulfilling marriage? I've heard older couples talk about seeing each other more as best friends, but their marriage vows are still true and strong. Do you still talk? Communication is key. Do you take the time to listen to each other, or do you feel there's no point as to what gets said goes in one ear and out the other? Are your life goals connecting? This question is far-reaching and includes anything from buying a pet to where you'd like to settle down and things as important as whether or not you want children. If you've answered the questions yourself without your partner present, take a moment to look at your answers. On a separate piece of paper, imagine what your partner would write for their answers. Do you make any interesting comparisons? If you're able to complete this with your partner, answer your questions separately and then look at your answers together. There's something called scientific marriage compatibility. There are scientific reasons for one person to be attracted to another. One initial marriage compatibility test happens on a subconscious level, and it's actually smell or scent. Two people share good basic genetic traits to build a healthy baby, and they're often attracted to the smell or pheromones of their mate. And this has actually been scientifically proven. And from an evolutionary standpoint, being able to reproduce is often fundamental to our primal brain or lower brain. Social acceptance. Maybe you feel like you've never ceased the opportunity to meet a wide range of people. With the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to be too busy to socialize with a broad network of people or even have different relationships. Getting married, it's socially regarded as this next step in the natural order of life events. A single person might find themselves being asked if they've met anyone yet. On meeting that someone special, when are you getting married? And after you're married, when are you having a baby? And if you have a girl, when are you going to have another child? And if your next child is a girl, are you going to try again for a boy? This can be the same if you have two boys first, and the expectation is to try again for a girl. There's social etiquette, which we just don't talk about. And to continue the human race, man and woman have to get together and have children. And some scientists argue it may not be natural to stay with one partner and explain the tendency to have an affair in some individuals as nature's way of spreading your genes, for lack of a better term. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this. I'm simply relaying this study here. But couples with same-sex marriages or partnerships, they may experience similar outside pressures which can cause relationship difficulties. I talk about getting together in desperation. Marriage compatibility is drawn into question when you find yourself meeting someone and feeling sort of desperate to make it work. Maybe you are feeling too old and unlikely to meet anyone else. That clock is ticking feeling. You want a child and You have to find anyone that's going to have you, or you'll be left on a shelf, right? And this can be such a strong feeling welling up inside. And it's also one you might not have admitted until now. This is an absolutely natural feeling, and it's based upon the fundamental survival of the human race. So to generalize, you're pre-programmed to desire a child, although there are exceptions with a lot of couples out there choosing to have no children. Maybe you feel like your options are limited and getting lost in that butterflies in your stomach sensation. As you meet that special someone, it's absolutely natural. Marriage compatibility, it's put on the back burner as you push those relationship worries as far down into your subconscious as possible. You're lost in the whirl of exciting dates, followed by buying rings, flowers, booking the venue, new clothes, hair, a honeymoon. It's also exciting, and this excitement keeps those worries safely tucked away in the back of your mind. So they're not the ultimate movie perfect partner, but I can change them. That's what the thought of a lot of people is. In reality, you cannot change your spouse on the scale you might like to. And accepting this can be a big hurdle to overcome. So you have to come back to what really matters. Although relationship difficulties, they follow similar patterns, including financial woes, job pressures, illness, sharing house chores, religion, politics, hobbies, interests, there's something important to bear in mind. You are a unique individual, and you need to know how to nurture yourself individually in order to be the best partner you can be to your spouse. Take time for yourself as you reflect on what you've learned in this video. As soon as you've finished watching this video, find a quiet space, and this could be anything from sort of the edge of your bed to like a public library or a coffee shop that's, well, maybe not a coffee shop, a quiet place. And take a moment to be alone. Sit down, close your eyes, and take several deep breaths, and just ponder the following question when looking at your marriage compatibility issues. What aspect worries you most? Write these thoughts down, and together with your spouse, you can help fix them. And I don't want you to stop here. I want you to check out my free video at mindyourmarriage.com right now and start restoring your marriage and rekindling the romance in your relationship, really within minutes. So check it out right now at mindyourmarriage.com. I'll see you there. Take care.